During a seminar that took place 1 month ago in New Zealand, the Minister of External Affairs, S. Jaishankar, posed the following question. How do you get the parties involved in the conflict to at least be able to sit down and talk? Jaishankar responded, "We shall be ready to do anything we can." Ahead of this week's visit to Moscow by the Minister of External Affairs of India, S. Jaishankar, which is first time since Russia-Ukraine war, a number of diplomats and specialists in foreign policy are keeping a careful watch on India's potential involvement in pushing for peace between Russia and Ukraine. India is in a position that is particularly strong and able to bring an end to the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. India, which is not only a strategic partner of Russia, but also an old and loyal friend of Russia, has raised expectations of an end to the war that has been going on for 8 months. This is owing to the mounting dangers in international politics. During the course of the talks between the two parties, it is anticipated that a wide variety of topics pertaining to bilateral relations would be discussed, as well as an exchange of perspectives on different regional and global trends. Jaishankar is going to meet with Denis Manturov, who is the Deputy Prime Minister of the Russian Federation and the Minister of Trade and Industry. Manturov is S. Jaishankar's counterpart for the India-Russia Inter-Governmental Commission on Trade, Economic, Scientific, Technological, and Cultural Cooperation. The meeting is scheduled to take place tomorrow. The visit of Jaishankar comes after Vladimir Putin praised the people of India. On November 4th, the day that Russia celebrates its Unity Day, Vladimir Putin remarked that India has a great deal of potential, and that there is no question that it will achieve remarkable achievements in terms of its growth. Earlier on in this year, French President Emmanuel Macron floated the possibility of having peace negotiations with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Despite the fact that the plan did not come to fruition, India is increasingly seen as a possible mediator who has access to all sides of the conflict. If Russia and Ukraine were to indicate that they were interested in having a neutral third-party referee their dispute, India would be an excellent choice, because of its credibility on both sides of the conflict. Because Prime Minister Modi's relationship with President Putin is so cordial, he is able to maintain open lines of communication with the Russian government. On the other hand, India's continuous purchases of oil from Russia and its refusal to back resolutions that condemn Russia, both of which have infuriated Ukraine and the United States, have been a source of contention. However, India has held the view that calling out Russia would not do much, as evidence that Western sanctions are ineffective to stop the war, and that maintaining its neutrality, at least in public, may be useful in attempts to bring an end to the conflict. In other words, India believes that calling out Russia would not do much to stop the war. Earlier in September, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the entire world was paying the price, and told Vladimir Putin, "Today's era is not of war." In response, Vladimir Putin assured Prime Minister Narendra Modi that he was aware of India's worries on the crisis in Ukraine, and that Russia will use all available means to put an end to it as soon as possible. Kenneth Juster, who served as the US ambassador to India, said, "The fluidity of the international system, and the changes that have occurred in it, are illustrated by the fact that India, Israel, UAE could be working together, and possibly approaching Russia, to mediate its dispute with Ukraine." Kenneth Juster went on to say that the Indian Foreign Service is filled with extremely skilled diplomats, and that it would be nice if India volunteered to assist with negotiations when Russia and Ukraine were ready for them. To India, the reward of a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council has long meant a more prominent role in the global system, and if the peacemaking efforts are successful, that prize may be closer than ever.